Council to order. No, we're not. We're going to do the Pledge of Allegiance during the regular meeting. I know everybody was so on it. Thank you. Last year we did the Pledge of Allegiance during the special meeting because we all just thought, yep, that's what we do. And it wasn't on the agenda. And I was like, well, we're doing it again and the regular meeting. So no, we're going to do it at the regular meeting. Thank you. All right. Vicki, will you please do roll call? Mayor Clark? Here.
Councilmember Anderson?
Here.
Councilmember Crone?
Here.
Councilmember Grove?
Here.
Councilmember Lyon?
Here.
Councilmember Pierce?
Here. Item C is agenda approval. Can I get a motion?
Move to approve.
Second.
Any discussion? Please vote.
Councilmember Pierce?
Yes.
Councilmember Grove?
Yes.
Councilmember Lyon?
Yes.
Councilmember Anderson?
Yes.
Councilmember Crone?
Yes. All right, agenda item D1 is a public hearing on the fiscal year 2027 proposed property tax for the city of Waukee pursuant to Iowa Code 24.2A. I now declare this public hearing open. Becky, have you received any written correspondence on this issue?
None's been received in the city clerk's office.
Thank you. At this time, city staff will present on the matter.
Thank you, Mayor. I'm waiting for my assistant here to. Perhaps we should have rethought this whole where I sit. Maybe over there to get up and down. Okay, this is a public hearing as it pertains to the fiscal year 2027 proposed property tax. This is the max levy hearing. So is this kind of a little wacky here? So relative to approval of the budgeting process for fiscal year 2027, which begins July 1 of 2026, staff actually began working on this budgeting process back last fall. The city council began their review of the budget items, starting with 2 work sessions, first one being in December as it related to the capital improvement planning for the next 5 years, followed by full review of the budget for fiscal year 2027 at the end of January. The next step in this process, it is a 2-step process, first being a public hearing on the maximum property tax levy. That is what we are here for tonight. And then we will follow up on the public hearing on the actual budget for fiscal year 2027 at the next city council meeting on 4/20/26 at 5:30 p.m. Be very similar format to what we have here tonight. We are required by the state to file the budget for fiscal year 27 by April 30th of this month. So just a little bit of schedule here and then kind of walk through the actual hearing for tonight. As a reminder to the city council, last fall you did approve budget directives that staff utilized in preparing for fiscal year 2027 budget. Briefly walk through these. There's 10 budget directives. First one being is looking for opportunities for a potential reduction of the current tax levy of $12.80 per $1,000. Looking at fiscally responsible debt service planning to meet the capital improvement plan needs. Aligning staffing, compensation, and facilities plan with city priorities to meet the needs of a growing community. Leveraging resources to drive economic development and commercial taxable valuation, including regional attractions. Minimizing the levels of enterprise funds. Those are our funds to serve to pay for our water and sanitary sewer and stormwater funds, so that future rate increases in fee structures are minimal. Develop adequate maintenance schedules for capital facilities and infrastructure. Prioritize environmentally responsible purchasing, considering life cycle costs in alignment with the city's sustainability goals. Find optimal level to determine the timing of equipment purchase and replacement. Utilize technology resources for operations and decision-making. And finally, provide transparency in budgeting documents in public meetings. So a little bit of background and history relative to the city's property tax rate. Over the last 9 years, the city has lowered the property tax rate from $13.50 down to the $12.80 that is currently the tax rate today. Prior to that, I believe it was roughly a 15 to 20 year time frame that it remained stable at $13.50. So really the decrease has occurred over the last several years. You will see here later in my recommendation is that we maintain the current tax levy of $12.80, and I'll walk through the explanation behind that for fiscal year 27. As it pertains to where we kind of stand with our neighboring communities within the Des Moines Metro, kind of middle of the pack relative to overall property tax levy rate. You can see those listed. These are what are proposed. So we have reviewed and provided context for proposed levy rates for fiscal year 27 for these communities. I would note that part of the reason why ours is a little higher than others really relates to the debt service piece of that. We do have a slightly higher debt service, and that's really related to all the public improvement road projects and so forth that we are doing as a fast-growing community. All residents and business owners should have received a statement much like this in the mail. This is the truth and taxation statement that is required by state code, be mailed out by Dallas County to all property owners within the city of Waukee. That form does provide a combined listing of the levy rates and public hearing dates for the school district, the city, as well as the county, and does provide within that an example of your current property tax rate, your current property taxes based upon a valuation of $100,000, and then a theoretical property tax rate or cost based upon a 10% increase, or $10,000 in the case of residential and $30,000 in the case of commercial. Based upon this statement, which again, the parameters of it are dictated by state code, based upon the $12.80 levy rate, it would show an approximate increase in property taxes for fiscal year 27 for residential properties at 3.29%, as well as for commercial properties at approximately 10.99%. The form is flawed relative to the fact that the number one, most properties in the city of Waukee certainly have not increased by 10% from from January 1 of 24 to January 1 of 25, which is what this upcoming budget is based upon. The overall property taxes collected in the city of Waukee proposed for fiscal year 27 is approximately a 4.91% increase overall. However, the majority of that increase in revenue is from new valuation that occurred between January 1, 24 and January 1 of 25. The city has recently implemented a pretty fancy little tool on our website, which allows property owners to insert their address, and it will calculate for you the property taxes existing as of this current year, as well as proposed with the proposed $12.80 levy. Apologize, I see this is a little bit small on the screen. We would be happy to provide residents any opportunity to share how to get to this on our website, as well as to assist if they would like to look up their specific property. This is an example of a residential property, which just show the valuation in 2024 of being $420,000, with an increase, a slight increase in valuation in 2025 of $431,000. Because of state rollback, which is another component of the property tax system, specifically as it pertains to residential property, the percentage of the value of your property changes from year to year. The current budget bases approximately 47% of the value of your home is what's taxable. With the fiscal year 27 budget, approximately 44% of the value of your home is taxable. With that being said, in this example, the gross taxable value in the current fiscal year, based upon 1/1 of 24 values, is approximately $199,345. Based upon the proposed fiscal year 27 budget, maintaining the $12.80 levy rate, the taxable value is $192,041. Meaning the gross taxable value is actually less this year than last year, which will result, in the case of this homeowner, of a reduction of property taxes as it pertains to the city portion of your property tax bill. For current fiscal year in this example, the property taxes that are paid to the city are $2,551.62. whereas proposed, it would be $2,458.13, which is actually a 3.7% decrease in 3.7% decrease in both taxable value as well as property taxes. Now, I will fully acknowledge that not every single property in the city is going to see a similar result. It's entirely dependent upon the valuation that was provided by Dallas County as it relates to whether or not you will see an increase or a decrease in property taxes for fiscal year 27. Mathematically, however, your property would have had to have grown by 6.5% between 1/1 of 24 and 1/1 of 25 for you to see an increase on your property taxes for the city for fiscal year 27. On the commercial side of things, it does look a little bit different. Rollback is actually remains the same at 90% from year to year. So in this case, this is again a real life example in the city of Waukee. There was an approximate 1.8% increase in valuation, which relates then to a 1.7% increase in taxable valuation. And the slight variance in that is because the first $150,000 of commercial property is actually taxable at the 47%, or in this case, 44%, which is why you have a slight difference between the 1.8 and 1.7%. In the case of this example, it is an approximately $400 difference or increase in property taxes for this commercial property based upon the proposed 1280 levy rate remaining the same. So again, we will not get into the details of the actual budget tonight. That is scheduled for April 20th, where we will walk through the revenues, not only that are generated from property taxes, but also all the other revenues that the city utilizes, and then those expenditures, and then also looking into the addition of staff, as well as capital equipment and capital improvements. With that being said, I'd be happy to answer any questions.
Thank you very much. Does anyone here tonight, either in the council chambers or on Zoom, wish to address the council and voice their comments or questions for this public hearing item? If so, please approach the podium and raise your hand. If you're participating, you need to speak on property tax levy. Or if you're participating via Zoom, click on the raise hand icon located under the reactions controls, or participating via phone, click on or hit *9. After you are recognized, please state your name and address for the record.
Okay. I'm Veronica Lack. I'm one of the Soil and Water Conservation Commissioners. Our water has been damaged
Veronica,
by an explosion.
this is on the property tax levy,
Yeah,
$12.80, and whether or not it should be increased or decreased. That is all you can speak on at this public hearing. We have another public hearing in the next meeting.
Okay. The damages on the explosion of April 11th are to our sewer lines. The sewer lines are going
Veronica,
to need that's
Veronica,
a special increase. We need
Veronica.
to repair them because they're above our aquifers and
Veronica.
they're leaking. And that's from that explosion on April 11th.
I'm not going to speak to this on this public hearing item because this is not on this topic. You can speak
But
at
we
the next
don't-
public hearing
We don't
item.
have enough money allocated for repairs on the
Money
sewer lines.
included in the CIP is included in this 1280. So
Not
if you're not
the
going to
amount
speak
that-
on the 1280, I'm going to ask you to sit down and speak on the next public hearing.
Well, the water tests that you haven't been doing as a
Veronica,
mandatory water test.
We do test our water. Please sit
The
down.
last ones were done.
Please.
Were done in 2024.
That's not accurate. Please sit down and we can talk about this at the open
Where is
forum.
the test? They're mandatory by the city for the city of Waukee and the
Veronica.
state of Iowa, and neither one.
This is
has
not on the
fulfilled our-
$12.80
But
levy.
our water in Waukee is testing. I paid another
No, Veronica,
$2,731.
This is not on $12.80 levy. This is not allowed on this public hearing item
I know,
because
but the
by
broken
state
sewer
code,
lines are
we cannot speak
leaking.
about a topic that is not on this agenda. It is mandated in
It's
state
our
code.
utilities. You guys are
This is on the levy.
plotting the
You can speak
budget
on
for
utilities
repairing these
in the next meeting, which is going to be
broken
right
sewer
after
lines.
this one.
Okay. But it's a lot.
Does anyone else want to speak on the $12.80 levy?
There are no hands raised in Zoom.
Does council have any comments or questions at this time? Okay. Well, as always, I greatly appreciate you walking through it. That state mandated truth in taxation letter could be much, much clearer. And so I appreciate you walking through it. I also always encourage anyone to go to our website and check and put in their address and see what their property tax for the city portion will be from year to year. We've spent a lot of time and effort to make it more transparent. I now declare this public hearing closed. I will take a motion to adjourn this special meeting.
Move to adjourn.
Second.
Any discussion? Please vote.
Councilmember Pierce,
Yes.
Councilmember Grove,
Yes.
Councilmember Anderson,
Yes.
Councilmember Crone,
Yes.
Councilmember Lyon,
Yes. Okay. We are adjourned on the special meeting. We do a little silly, but we need to wait a couple of minutes before we can go into the next meeting. So if you could just bear with us, that would be great. Regular meeting of the Waukee City Council. Will everyone please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right. Becky, will you please do roll call?
Mayor Clark.
Here.
Councilmember Anderson.
Here.
Councilmember Crone.
Here.
Councilmember Grove.
Here.
Councilmember Lyon.
Here.
Councilmember Pierce.
Still here. All right. Agenda item D is open forum. Open forum is the time for anyone here tonight to address the council on any subject over which the council has the authority to act or on any item on the agenda other than a public hearing item. Does anyone here tonight, either in the council chambers or on Zoom, wish to address the council at this time? If so, please approach the podium or raise your hand. If you're participating via Zoom, you can click on the raise hand icon located, and somebody raised his hand first. So we're going to, go ahead and come up first.
Good evening. My name is Robert Greenway, presently of Greenfield, Iowa. I'm moving to West Des Moines. I'm actually running for the District 1 County Supervisor. This is not a campaign. I understand the parameters of this. Back in November 7th, 2017, the passage of the local option sales tax was passed countywide, which is almost a miracle. It took, this is kind of back little history, and I apologize. I watched my time if you want to. Over 2,400 signatures had to be solicited, and they were done by 25 to 30 volunteers. I was one of them. I kind of, if you want to call it, instrumental. I was on the city council in DeSoto, and we needed funds to fund a sewer water project. Otherwise, it was going to go up 15%. These 25 to 30 volunteers, unpaid, it was a disorganized organization. Each one of them had reasons, because it was local, to utilize local option sales tax money. Adel had it already. Perry had it already. A couple other ones too, but aside the point. Redfield, excuse me. Anyway, this is a statement, so you understand that there is reason why I'm coming here. Waukee city manager at that time, Tim Mormon. This is something I usually wouldn't say anything, but I came to him before city council meetings to solicit at least knowledge or a chance to get help. He told me he didn't have time. He only talked to city managers or mayors. I was neither one. So I picked up a phone and called up Perry, the city manager there, because theirs was sunsetting, which means they were going to be out $1 million. And we were trying to do this countywide. Mr. Peterson did tell me he got almost the same reaction from Mr. Mormon. So I want to thank Nick Osborne and Mr. Dietz in the past have met with me. Okay. Anyway, but that's just one of those deals. These guys that volunteered, ladies, a lot of them were on city council, local. And I want to thank those people that did. I took grief from the past. Julie Holmes, fantastic auditor at the time. Supervisor Golightly wouldn't even sign the petition. His wife did. Kim Chapman told me I was a tax and spin person. Okay. And Mr. Hansen actually questioned, in one respect, all the petitions, wanted to check with the auditor. A lot of volunteers, which I mentioned this on a side note, volunteers are very, very important to any community, any county, and should never be overlooked.
Mr. Greenway, we completely agree with that statement. We have about 1 minute left. So if
I know.
you could.
That's
Okay.
fine.
Okay.
Just so you understand this.
Okay.
Okay, I was trying to watch the time too.
Yep.
Anyway, and all I'm looking for, by the way, it's like 30 seconds. Okay. All I want is a possible letter saying from the mayor or your city manager, okay, just addressed to who it may concern, that the local option sales tax was both justified and helped your property taxes and fund a lot of projects across, in your case in Waukee, the fastest growing town. By the way, it was very appropriate timing and everything else. And once again, the 30 minutes, I was trying to watch it, okay? I should have done timing too. Thank you very much. But once again, that's all I'm looking for is a letter, because everybody want to know where the money went to. Some of it I know, some of it I didn't. Thank you very much for your time.
Sure. I appreciate that. Okay.
Our sewer lines are expensive to repair. And right now we have the results of an explosion that happened on April 11th of 2024 because a renewable natural gas pipeline was not marked. And then in 2025, we had several more hits south along Alice's Road and the new developments that, well, all of the construction down there. We need those pipelines marked because it causes damage to our sewer lines across the state. Clear Lakes was blown on April 11th. We had Dumont and other towns across Iowa where our sewer lines were blown. The contractors that were expanding Alice's Road into a 6-lane highway, they hit that methane, or I think it's really an ethanol gas pipeline, and they blew sewer lines clear through between Douglas and Hickman past the Capitol and took out the AT&T data center. Then that data center, sewer water blew up 10 stories and took out the data center. 3 months later, my credit card and all my personal data was hacked. AT&T sent me a letter that they apologized, but anyhow, the data got somehow to a different foreign country, and it's been resold since in October, I think, of last year. But we don't have any repair of those AT&T lines that took out our 911 system on April 11th in that explosion. So now I found out since that CenturyLink repairs the damaged AT&T lines that were damaged on my home, backyard, because that renewable natural gas pipeline goes right through my backyard. The one that was hit up there above Hickman along Alice's Road when the contractors for the city were trying to widen that into 6 lanes. And then that road, or Alice's Road, was shut down for how long? For repairs because of that pipeline not being marked. And then we've had this year on the national news.
Veronica, you have about 30 seconds.
Okay. The pipeline was hit again, but in Washington County, and a plane flying over had to dodge the flames from that explosion. So it got on the national news, and it was Mid-American Energy's pipeline that was announced to. And I need it marked through my backyard just so I can plant a tree without my neighbors, and my trees all got cut down because
Okay.
I need it marked.
Are there any other comments for open forum?
There are no hands raised in Zoom.
Okay. Open forum is closed. Agenda item E is agenda approval. Can I get a motion?
So moved.
Second. Any discussion? Please vote.
Councilmember Lyon?
Yes.
Councilmember Crone?
Yes.
Councilmember Grove?
Yes.
Councilmember Pierce?
Yes.
Councilmember Anderson,
Yes. Agenda item G1 is a public hearing on the intent to commence a public improvement project known as 10th Street Extension Project. I now declare this public hearing open. Becky, have we received any correspondence on this?
no, none received in the city clerk's office.
Thank you. Rudy?
Okay. Good evening, Mayor and council members. Up on the screen, you can see an exhibit that represents the 10th Street Extension Project. And so this public hearing is to discuss that project proceeding forward. Is the extension of 10th Street between on the north side of this map. So on the top would be north, would be University Avenue, and it extends south to the intersection of Westtown Parkway. It also has the improvement to 310th Street and Spyglass Lane, excuse me, slow down, between 6th and 10th Streets. This construction does include concrete pavement as well as asphalt pavement, water main improvements, storm sewer improvements, sanitary sewer improvements, significant amount of grading, as well as various associated other work with those utilities and infrastructure. Notices were mailed out as required by Iowa law to those impacted property owners. And we've been discussing with them the need for this project's acquisitions, both in fee and title, as well as easement, permanent and temporary. Notice was also published in the Dallas County newspaper as specified by the Iowa Code. So tonight, the public hearing is allowing those interested persons to provide feedback on the proposed project, as well as any objections to the final route, siting, as well as the funding, design, and authorization of this project in accordance with Iowa Code. So happy to take any questions up there. Again, the map represents the property owners along the corridor, improvement corridor, and you can see those in text on the screen. So happy to take questions. Staff recommends holding this public hearing.
Thank you. Does anyone here tonight, either in the council chambers or on Zoom, wish to address the council and voice their comments or questions on this particular public hearing item? If so, please approach the podium or raise your hand. If you're participating via Zoom, click on the raise hand icon under the reactions controls.
There are no hands raised in Zoom.
Does council have any questions at this time? I now declare this public hearing closed. Agenda item G2 is a public hearing on plans, specifications, form of contract, estimate of cost, and enhancement of payment for the 10th Street Extension Project. I now declare this public hearing open. Becky, have we received any correspondence on this?
No, none received in the clerk's office.
All right, Rudy?
Thank you, Madam Mayor. This is the public hearing for the proposed improvements known as the 10th Street roadway improvements, again, between the streets of University Avenue and Westtown Parkway, as well as the improvements to 310th Street and between 10th and 6th Street. Again, this project includes several 55,000 square yards of concrete pavement, 2,200 of asphalt pavement, about 10,400 linear feet of water main, 12,000 linear feet of storm sewer, 6,300 linear feet of sanitary sewer, as well as the earthwork and all of the necessary structures and other apparatuses that are associated with this work, including site restoration. This project is in our draft CIP, fiscal year 26-27 CIP, with a total project budget of $32,800,000. It is spread out over the next 3 fiscal years in our draft plan. We do have an interim completion date for all the grading, structure construction, utility installation, sidewalks, and other paving associated with this project for August 13th, 2027. And then we also have a final completion date of September 30th, 2027 for the remaining restoration components of the project. So happy to take any questions on this project at this time, but staff recommends holding the public hearing.
Thank you. Does anyone here tonight, either in the council chambers or on Zoom, wish to address the council and voice their comments or questions on this public hearing item? If so, please approach the podium or raise your hand, or if participating via Zoom, please click on the raise hand icon.
There are no hands raised in Zoom.
Does council have any questions at this time? I now declare this public hearing closed. Agenda item G3 is a public hearing on plan specifications, form of contract, estimate of cost, and enhancement of payment for the 2026 downtown street improvements project. I now declare this public hearing open. Becky, have you received any written correspondence?
No, none received in the clerk's office.
Rudy?
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Up on the screen is a map of the 2026 downtown street improvements. North would be to the right of this map. And you can see the area highlighted in yellow and pinkish. That is the primary project scope and location, the improvements to Walnut Street, reconstruction of Walnut Street between 6th and Ashworth Drive, as well as improvements to Triangle Park. And there's also on-street parking in the other shaded areas along Locust Street, east and west of 6th Street, on 6th Street itself, just west and south of Locust Street, and then also on Ashworth Drive, just to the west of 6th Street. The construction includes approximately 3,300 square yards of concrete pavement, about 400 linear feet of storm sewer, various earthwork, subgrade preparation, as well as intakes and manholes for this reconstruction, including site restoration. There's also electrical and lighting improvements along Walnut and the park itself, as well as other site furnishings such as planters and benches. This project is also in our draft fiscal year 26-27 CIP with a total project budget of $2,250,000, and that's also spread over 2 fiscal years. We do have an interim completion date for this work for the on-street parking to be completed by August 14th, 2026, ahead of our fall school semester starting. And then the remaining stage 1, which would primarily be that Walnut Street, has a completion date of November 23rd, 2026. Happy to take any questions on this, but staff recommends holding the public hearing on this project.
I maintain that it is confusing when you turn maps to the side. That's all I'm going to say on that. Does anyone here tonight, either in the council chambers or on Zoom, wish to address the council and voice their comments or questions on this public hearing item? If so, please approach the podium or raise your hand or click on, or if participating via Zoom, click on the raise hand icon. If you'd like to speak, please approach the podium.
What streets are, which sewer lines are you connecting here?
There's no sanitary sewer improvements with this roadway project. Strictly paving
Just
and
roadway.
sewer.
But do any go through in the right of way or?
There are sanitary sewers in the right of way along 6th, Locust, all across this area servicing these properties.
Okay, as far as gas lines?
There are natural gas lines in the area servicing the properties as well.
And are they these kind of natural gas lines? Renewable natural gas lines?
They are natural gas pipelines, whether they're renewable or not, I'm not sure.
They have to be marked, which is the problem with the.
Okay.
Veronica,
That's the-
Okay.
all utilities will be marked as part of the
The
construction.
one that you hit when.
We have not hit any pipelines. We have not exploded any pipelines. Please keep your
No,
comments
not
to this
you. I'm not
particular.
saying you, but contractors that were doing the 6-lane road north on Alice's Road from Hickman. They hit that and then it blew our sewer lines and damaged them.
I actually have a question for Rudy.
Across the county.
I need to address Veronica. Veronica, thank you. Can you, all right. Are there any other public questions?
There are no hands raised in Zoom.
Thank you. All right. Does council have any questions? Okay.
Rudy, is this a widening of Walnut in any way? And does the park get smaller?
So the park in the net area of the park stays the same.
Okay,
So Walnut Street in itself, the width does encroach on the south line of the park. However, we are making up for that loss on the north side. So
Okay.
there is currently parallel parking along the south side of Ashworth Drive, just east of 6th Street. Those parking stalls go away to accommodate the additional space needed on the south side of the park.
okay,
So in theory, Walnut stays generally the same width. It does grow a little bit into the park, but we are keeping that green space at net zero loss.
got it. Thank you.
I appreciate that we are completing the plan that we set a couple of years ago with regards to the downtown improvements. So any other questions? And now declare this public hearing closed. Agenda item G4 is a public hearing on plans, specifications, form of contract, and estimate of cost for Waukee Public Safety Building Renovation Project, bid packages number 2 to 13. I now declare this public hearing open. Becky, have we received any written correspondence on this?
No, none received in the city clerk's office.
Thank you. Brad?
Thank you, Mayor. The former police/fire station or our public safety facility located at 1300 Southeast Ellie Grant Parkway was completed in the year 2000. As you're aware, both police and fire have moved into a new public safety building located on Northwest 20th Street. However, in doing so, we actually split the fire department, maintaining a fire department full-time staff at this location as well. This property, again, it's approximately 25 years old. For the most part, it's still in its original state, including all systems within the building. As staff began working with City Council relative to the future reuse of this property, as well as taking into consideration the need to improve the facilities as it pertains to the remaining fire department located here, it was determined to proceed forward with a significant renovation remodel of this facility, which would include or does include the removal and replacement of majority of the systems when it comes to HVAC. Again, it's approximately 25 years old. Very few improvements have been made since that time. Electrical work as well as some plumbing work internal to the building. In addition to that, the interior space of the facility is planned to be remodeled to facilitate additional bunk rooms for the fire department staff that is there on a 24-hour basis. Currently, they locate in small cubicles within a conference room located within this facility, keeping in mind that when this facility was built, we actually didn't have a full-time fire department. So things have evolved quite considerably since the year 2000. The renovated spaces also do include a renovated day room, as well as a fitness facility and modification of the bays to accommodate those additional areas. The former police side of this building is proposed to be remodeled to facilitate the community development department moving into that side of the building, or the north side of the building, which will alleviate the need to continue forward with a leased space that they're currently operating out here just to the south of the City Hall building, which again is also inadequate based upon the size and the needs of that department. I would anticipate at some future date, if a new City Hall complex is constructed, that there is a good chance that community development may move back in as a part of City Hall. However, the renovations to this facility are being done in a fashion recognizing that at some point in time this may have an alternative use. In addition to all the system improvements as well as the interior remodeling improvements, the proposed project does include removal and replacement of all of the paved areas, parking lots, as well as the sidewalk along Southeast Ellie Grant Parkway, as well as sprucing up the minimalist landscaping that currently exists on that property, tuck pointing the building, replacement of all the doors and windows, as well as the overhead doors, as well as modification of the current entrance to the building. This time, I'd be happy to answer any questions. Staff would recommend holding the public hearing as it pertains to plans, specifications, form of contract, and estimate of costs for the Waukee Public Safety Building renovation at 1300 Southeast Ellie Grant Parkway.
Thank you. Does anyone here tonight, either in the council chambers or on Zoom, wish to address the council and voice their comments or questions on this particular public hearing item? If so, please approach the podium or raise your hand, or if participating via Zoom, please click on the raise hand icon.
My name's Ben Nizzi, 660 Walnut, Waukee, Iowa. I just, when we're proposing contracts, have we thought about asking contractors to have apprenticeship programs, certified apprenticeship programs, and using certified payroll so we can make sure these workers are being paid what they should be, and that the contractors are adequate for what we're asking them to do?
I know we have a number of requirements within our RFPs that require proof of abilities and capabilities, but in terms of apprenticeship, can you speak to that, Brad?
Yeah, we would not have that requirement. We are also, as dictated by state code, required to consider and take lowest responsible bidder on these contracts. In this case, this was split up amongst the various trades in an effort to get contractors that really had an understanding of that component, if you will, of the overall project. So we followed the bidding laws and the process as dictated by the state of Iowa.
I think we can always look at whether additional components should be included. But in terms of the current structure, we've tried to make sure everybody is as adequate as possible.
Veronica Lack, Soil and Water Conservation Commissioner. On these contracts, we should make sure that the utilities are all marked, including all of the sewer lines, the gas lines, and they weren't marked up along Alice's Road. And then the contractors that were working, I don't know, for the city or whoever was widening Alice's Road, they got hurt. They got hurt when they dug. So was it their responsibility to mark that pipeline or have it at least noted before they dug into it? I mean, all the damage that happened to our sewer lines that we
Veronica,
figured in.
Veronica, there's no damage to the greater city's sewer lines. There is no damage. We televise them every year. Our water is testing fine. It's tested multiple times every single day. Put that down. It is tested multiple times every single day at Central Iowa Water Works. That was the last time that was printed. That is not accurate. That was the last time that document was printed. And we're speaking on this public hearing item, which is regards to the improvements to the public safety facility, which includes no sewer and water line changes. It is all building improvements. So we're going to speak to that. With regards to any areas that do include construction, utilities will be marked.
In our water, such high levels of atrazine and the list of herbicides. Look at them. Butylate, propylactone.
Veronica, none of this has to do, it is not, and none of this has to do with the public safety building improvements. Does anyone have additional comments on public safety building improvements?
There are no hands raised in Zoom.
Right. Does council have any comments or questions at this time? Okay. This public hearing is closed. Agenda item H1 is consideration of approval of a resolution approving and authorizing a public improvement project to construct the 10th Street Extension project, funding of final site-specific design, final route site selection to acquire land for the project by purchase, and if necessary, to authorize the use and acquisition of property by eminent domain. Can I get a motion?
Move to approve.
Second.
Rudy?
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I will mention that notices were mailed to the property owners along the corridor that we had engaged regarding right-of-way negotiations. Those property owners being J Wet Holdings, LLC, Andy and Lisa Bean, Signal Holdings, LLC, Andy and Lisa Bean, J Wet Family, LP, Andy and Lisa Bean, and Aaron and Ashley Priskett Revocable Trust. We continue to work with them through negotiations to hopefully meet a voluntary agreement and purchase acquisition with them. So with that, happy to take any questions, but staff recommends approving the resolution to allow the project to proceed forward with the schedule that we have in place so that we don't risk any issues with that schedule being met during construction. As you're aware that we've bid and we'll be discussing bidding this project later this evening. So thank you.
Are there any questions? All right, please vote.
Councilmember Crone,
Yes.
Councilmember Grove,
Yes.
Councilmember Anderson,
Yes.
Councilmember Pierce,
Yes.
Councilmember Lyon,
Yes.
Agenda item H2 for the 10th Street Extension Project. H2A, consideration of approval of a resolution approving plan specifications, form of contract, estimate of cost, and enhancement of payment. Can I get a motion?
Move to approve.
Second.
Rudy?
Nothing further to add other than plan specifications, form of contract, and estimate of cost are on file with the city clerk for review. Staff recommends approving the resolution.
Thank you. Any questions? Please vote.
Councilmember Grove,
Yes.
Councilmember Crone,
Yes.
Councilmember Anderson,
Yes.
Councilmember Lyon,
Yes.
Councilmember Pierce,
Yes. Item H2B, consideration of approval of a resolution awarding contract. Can I get a motion?
move to approve. Second.
Rudy?
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Up on the screen, you can see the bid tab summary for this project. We bid it on March 24th, 2026, so just last week. We had 4 bids received. For this project, our engineer's estimate was $22,515,689.35. You can see up on the screen, Elder Corporation of Des Moines, Iowa was the apparent low bidder, 3.2% over that engineer's estimate with a bid total of $23,240,000.00. In discussions on kind of where things were at, looking at the bid tab summary and why we're slightly over, we did have a 5% contingency in our bid going into this because of the large scope of this project. As I mentioned earlier on in the public hearing, this project is almost 18 to 24-month build. So there's a lot of cost to work into there when it comes to fuel over the next 18 months, when it comes to wages and the like, when they're procuring that those items, as well as the labor and other costs of goods as they're constructing it. So we feel that these bids represent a fair and competitive bid threshold or bid amount or grouping of bids in this bid letting. And so with that, we've had experience with Elder Corporation. They did phase 1 of the University Avenue area extension improvements. They've completed that almost successfully. We are just in the punch list stage of that project at this time, looking to complete and accept that project here in the next few months of this year. So our experience with Elder Corporation, looking at the spread of bids from 3 to 6% over our estimate, staff and Shive Hattery are recommending awarding the project at this time. Again, proceeding forward with the project, feeling that if we were to delay, go back out, probably would not see a price reduction. We'd probably be seeing a price increase with this cost. So happy to take any questions at this time, but staff again recommends approval of the resolution awarding the project to Elder Corporation of Des Moines, Iowa, for the dollar amount of $23,240,000.
Thank you. Any questions? Well, this is the first one you brought us that was over a while,
Yeah.
so I suppose we'll.
Had a good run, didn't it?
You had a good
Be the
run.
last.
You had a good run. All right, I will, or please vote.
Councilmember Pierce,
Yes.
Councilmember Crone,
Yes.
Councilmember Lyon,
Yes.
Councilmember Anderson,
Yes.
Councilmember Grove,
Yes.
Agenda item H2C, consideration of approval of resolution awarding contract and bond. Can I get a motion?
move to approve.
Second.
Rudy?
Nothing further to add. Typically, this action comes at the following council meeting. They were just that eager to get those back to us and supply them on this council agenda. But again, staff has no concerns with the recommendation approving contract and bond at this time. So
Sounds good. Any questions? Please vote.
Councilmember Crone,
Yes.
Councilmember Grove,
Yes.
Councilmember Anderson,
Yes.
Councilmember Lyon,
Yes.
Councilmember Pierce,
Yes. Agenda item H3 for the 2026 Downtown Street Improvements Project. H3A, consideration of approval of a resolution approving plan specification, form of contract, and estimate of cost and enhancement of payment. Can I get a motion?
move to approve.
Second. Look at that, north is north on your map.
yes, it is. Made up for that. Just on the screen, again, this is just a close-up of the Walnut Street improvements, and you can see the various, the key on the right calling out those various components of the project itself. So again, staff has nothing further to comment other than plan specifications, form of contract, estimate of costs are on file with the city clerk for review upon request. Staff recommends approving the resolution.
Thank you. Are there any questions? Please vote.
Councilmember Lyon,
Yes.
Councilmember Pierce,
Yes.
Councilmember Grove,
Yes.
Councilmember Crone,
Yes.
Councilmember Anderson,
Yes.
Item H3B, consideration of approval of resolution awarding contract.
Move to approve.
Second.
Rudy?
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Up on the screen, you can see we bid this project April 1, just last week. And so we were reporting bids up there. You can see we had 4 general contractors submit bids. We have requested additional information from Brothers Cleaning Corporation doing business as Brothers Concrete for some further understanding about their references as well as some other information on this project. Understanding that this is a high profile project, so we want to make sure that we're comfortable and confident with who we recommend award. So we're asking for more time to consider that information, hence the deferral to the April 20th, 2026 council meeting. Happy to take any questions if you have any.
Are there any? Can we get a
Move to defer action on awarding the contract to the meeting held at 5:30 on Monday, April 20th, 2026.
Second.
any questions? No, I think it's always wise to check when you see such a split and a range in bids. All right, please vote.
Councilmember Crone,
Yes.
Councilmember Lyon,
Yes.
Councilmember Grove,
Yes.
Councilmember Pierce,
Yes.
Councilmember Anderson,
Yes.
Item H4 for the Waukee Public Safety Building Renovation Project for bid packages 02-13. H4A, consideration of approval of a resolution approving plan specification, form of contract, and estimate of cost. Can I get a motion?
Move to approve.
Second.
Thank you, Mayor. I have nothing further to add other than the plan specifications, form of contract, estimate of cost have been on file in the city clerk's office, and staff would recommend approval of the resolution.
Any questions? Feels like we've been talking about this one for 18 months, so I'm excited to see it move forward. Please vote.
Councilmember Crone,
Yes.
Councilmember Pierce,
Yes.
Councilmember Grove,
Yes.
Councilmember Anderson,
Yes.
Councilmember Lyon,
Yes.
Item H4B, consideration of approval of a resolution awarding contracts. Can I get a motion?
Move to approve.
Second.
Brad?
Thank you, Mayor. The city received bids on the proposed improvements to 1300 Southeast Ellie Grant Parkway on Tuesday, March 31st. A little bit different than our road projects in that because of the specifications within the various trades associated with a significant remodel of this facility, the various components were split up amongst 13 different bid packages. As you will recall, the city council has already taken action on bid package number 1, which was the glazing, approximately 6 weeks ago. And that was really due to lead time relative to getting that material in place for this to move forward. Before you tonight is the public hearing, or excuse me, the acceptance of bids as it pertains to bid packages number 2 through number 13. On the screen here, you will see that we did receive multiple bids for all these bid packages with the exception of bid package number 13, which I'll get to here in just a second. As it pertains to bid packages 2 through 12, you'll see that the engineer's estimate, and I will revise this or to reflect both taking out bid package 13 as well as bid package 1 that was previously taken action on, was that the engineer's estimate on bid packages 2 through 12 then was $5,331,000. In total, when you add up bid packages 2 through 12, the amount was, put it down here somewhere, approximately $5 million and some change. Leaving a estimate of, or excuse me, leaving a under of approximately $260,576 below the engineer's estimate for bid packages 2 through 12. Bid package 13, because no bids were received, we do have an action on the consent agenda here tonight is to reset that bid date. I believe for the April 23rd of this month. The engineers have already been in contact with numerous contractors, working with them to submit bids on bid package 13. So at this time, staff is recommending moving forward with the apparent low bid contractors as referenced here on the right-hand side for each of these various bid packages 2 through 12, with bid package 13 being rebid on April 23rd and being considered at your first meeting in May.
Thank you very much. Are there any questions at this time?
I have a question on bid package number 9, the fire protection. That's the biggest
Yep.
deduction I've ever seen. That's like 60%. Are we confident with that?
Yes. As you're aware, Ryan Companies is our construction manager for
Mhm.
this overall project. They have reviewed all the bid packages. That one did receive some extra scrutiny, and they are comfortable moving forward with Midwest Automatic Sprinkler Company for this project.
Okay.
One other thing I would add that I failed to mention was that this project is being funded through local options sales tax, is the primary funding source of this. As you'll also recall, we did receive a fairly significant tax credit, federal tax credit on some of the geothermal and solar projects that we did with the new public safety building, which are then being credited towards the cost of these improvements.
Thank you.
As a housekeeping matter, do we need to amend our resolution? Because as it's stated, it's to approve 2 through 13.
So the resolutions for items such as this are provided by Allers and Cooney, the city's bond counsel. I did reach out to them to let them know that we did not receive any bids for 13. And they said we could simply put no bids received in that field on the resolution.
Okay.
And then the same when the contracts are approved next time around. So there's no need to make any amendment.
Okay. Thank you. Any other questions? Please vote.
Councilmember Grove,
Yes.
Councilmember Crone,
Yes.
Councilmember Anderson,
Yes.
Councilmember Pierce,
Yes.
Councilmember Lyon,
Yes.
Item H4B, consideration of approval of a resolution awarding contracts. Can I get a motion?
Move to approve.
Second.
that was the motion that was just
Am I
Oh,
approved. We've,
behind?
yep.
It has been a long Monday.
I want to make sure it's stuck.
We're gonna vote again. That's what, oh, goodness. I was actually doing the math up here and making sure Brad was right. So that's part of my,
Am I right?
no, but that's okay.
Yes, I am. I am. I'll show you the math.
All right. With that, we'll move on to item I1, consent agenda.
Move to approve.
Or second.
Any discussion? Please vote.
Councilmember Pierce,
Yes.
Councilmember Crone,
Yes.
Councilmember Lyon,
Yes.
Councilmember Anderson,
Yes.
Councilmember Grove,
Yes.
Item I2, consideration of approval of an ordinance to amend Chapter 26 Park Regulations by amending Section 26.07 use of shelters as Section 26.07 use of rental facilities. This is an introduction, first, second, third, and final reading.
Introduce the ordinance. Move to approve the first reading of the ordinance in title only. Waive the second and third readings and place it on final passage.
second.
Matt?
Thanks, Madam Mayor and council members. About a month and a half ago, we talked at a work session about our request to add in a deposit for our rental facilities. Since then, we've worked with legal counsel to address our rental agreement, but also put those deposits in there. The amendments tonight are adding those deposits into this park regulations section, as well as cleaning up some of the wording in there that still referenced the only way you could rent a shelter was to stop into our office. We now have online reservations. So it's really just a keeping item that we just cleaned up some of the wording in there. So I'd be happy to answer any questions you might have.
Are there any questions?
Mm.
Please vote.
Councilmember Crone,
Yes.
Councilmember Lyon.
Yes.
Councilmember Grove,
Yes.
Councilmember Pierce,
Yes.
Councilmember Anderson.
Yes.
Item I3, consideration of approval of an ordinance to amend Chapter 55 Animal Protection and Control by repealing the current chapter in its entirety and enacting in lieu thereof, Chapter 55 Animal Protection and Control. This is a third and final reading.
Move to approve the third reading of the ordinance and place it on final passage.
Second. Chief.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. As you recall, this cleans up some of our animal control language as well as putting some additional opportunities in there to partner with a second shelter for cats specifically. Assuming this passes tonight, then next week we will bring 28E with another shelter forward for approval and get that process started. Happy to answer any questions if you have any.
Thank you. Are there any questions?
Mm-mm.
Please vote.
Councilmember Crone,
Yes.
Councilmember Pierce,
Yes.
Councilmember Lyon,
Yes.
Councilmember Grove,
Yes.
Councilmember Anderson.
Yes. Item I4, consideration of approval of an ordinance to amend Chapter 65 Stop or Yield Required, City of Waukee, Iowa, by amending Section 65.01 through streets, stop intersections, and by amending Section 65.03 four-way stop intersections. This is also a third and final reading.
Move to approve the third reading in the ordinance in title only, place it on final passage.
Second.
Rudy.
Thank you, Madam Mayor, council members. Just a reminder, this is an always stop implementation at the intersection of Northwest Douglas Parkway and Northwest Stratford Drive, also the entrance to the Trail Ridge and North Middle School entrances. Happy to take any questions. Staff recommends approving the third reading of the ordinance in title only and placing it on final passage.
Any final questions? Please vote.
Councilmember Grove,
Yes.
Councilmember Crone,
Yes.
Councilmember Anderson,
Yes.
Councilmember Pierce,
Yes.
Councilmember Lyon.
Yes.
Item I5, consideration of approval of an ordinance to amend Chapter 169 zoning ordinance, City of Waukee, Iowa, by rezoning certain property from A1 to R2, R2/PD1, R3, R4, and C1A, a parcel to be known as Alderbrook. This is also a third and final reading.
Move to approve the third reading of the ordinance in title only and place on final passage.
Second.
Andy?
Good evening, Mayor Clark and council members. Before you tonight is the third and final consideration for the Alderbrook development. Would note that, just remind you at the last, at the second consideration, the applicant Landmark Development Services indicated their desire to withdraw the area outlined in blue, colored in green on the screen. Those were two areas proposed to be rezoned R3 and R4. And simply the R3 is reflected in the title for this rezoning simply because that's the way the proposed application started out. So areas proposed to be zoned R3 multifamily residential have been removed from this. That being said, the remaining portion subject to the rezoning is approximately 331 acres located generally at the northeast corner of T Avenue and Southeast Ashworth Road. Nothing really further to add. Staff would recommend approval of the third and final consideration. I guess I would add one thing. The area outlined in green will remain zoned A1 agricultural district. It is not being rezoned as part of this application. Happy to take any other questions.
Are there any questions? Please vote.
Councilmember Pierce,
Yes.
Councilmember Crone,
Yes.
Councilmember Anderson,
Yes.
Councilmember Lyon,
Yes.
Councilmember Grove,
Yes.
Item I6, consideration of approval of an ordinance to amend Chapter 169 zoning ordinance, City of Waukee, Iowa, by rezoning certain property from A1 to C1, a parcel to be known as Orange Commercial Development. This is also a third and final reading that was tabled during the February 17th, 2026 regular City Council meeting. Can I get a motion?
I move to approve the third reading of the ordinance in title only and to place it on final passage.
Second.
Andy?
As Mayor Clark indicated, this was tabled to this meeting. However, the owner, Hurd Land Company LLC, has requested an additional tabling of this action on the third consideration for Orange Commercial Development to allow them a little bit more time to work through some of the details with the applicant that they're working on. Staff would recommend approval that the third consideration of the ordinance be tabled to the meeting on April 20th, 2026. I'm happy to take any questions.
Are there any questions?
So the housekeeping matter, is there a limit to how many times we can table or
That is an
length of time?
excellent question.
Just out of curiosity, because this is highly unusual. I'm not aware of any. I just didn't.
Or can we table indefinitely?
Right, because their property, that's at their request. Okay. Okay.
Thank you. Can I get an amended motion to table consideration?
I move to table consideration of the third and final reading until the April 20th, 2026 regular city council meeting as requested by the applicant.
Second.
All right, any final questions? Please vote.
Councilmember Lyon?
Yes.
Councilmember Crone?
Yes.
Councilmember Grove?
Yes.
Councilmember Anderson?
Yes.
Councilmember Pierce?
Yes.
Item I7, consideration of approval of a resolution approving site plan for Lot 1, Waukee Town Center, Plat 6. This is at 500 Southeast Alice's Road. Can I get a motion?
Move to approve.
Again.
Melissa?
Good evening, Mayor and Council. The owner and applicant is Waukee Town Center LLC. This property is located west of Southeast Alice's Road and south of Southeast Laurel Street, contains 1.81 acres. It's outlined in blue on the screen. Property is zone C1, Community and Highway Service Commercial District with a Plan Development Overlay. The project includes the construction of a single-story multi-tenant retail building. Go to the next screen. So that's the site plan. The building is 3,732 square feet in area and 20 feet in height. The site includes a drive-through at the north side of the building and a trash enclosure shown on the southwest corner of the site. 2 accesses will be provided into the site along the west side. That's a private drive on the west side of the site. And then a pedestrian connection is provided into the site from the existing trail along Southeast Alice's Road. Private sidewalks will also be installed along both the north and west sides of the site. And then a pedestrian connection will also be provided into the site from the private sidewalk along the west side. Parking and landscaping requirements are being met. Private utilities will serve the site. Stormwater management will be provided with that large pond within Waukee Town Center overall development. Then the building will look like this. The materials proposed are mostly brick, fiber cement siding, EIFS, and glazing. Staff recommends approval of the site plan, and I'd be happy to answer any questions.
Thank you. Are there any questions?
The traffic flow for the drive-through, is it designed as such that it will be free-flowing and easy so that it won't get backed up and jammed up and congested?
So it'll go through, so the north side actually has the window on it. I don't have a pointer, but
North side is
they
top?
have their queuing spaces, and it's actually, I didn't provide the sheet, or actually right here. But they do show arrows, so I'm sorry. Their traffic flow,
Yep.
preferred flow is to go through the parking lot to the window here. But they do have their 5 queuing spaces that are required per their 1 drive-through space.
And then exit back out the same way? Or would they exit once they've been through the drive-through?
These are both private drives. This street along the west is a private street within the overall Waukee Town Center development. So I guess either way, there's no access directly out to Alice's Road from that development or from that site.
Would we want access out to Alice's Road from that? No? Okay. Just thinking about traffic flow and what would be the easiest way to get people in and out.
Yeah, we
do have a lot of drive-throughs in that area and they are very popular.
Any other questions or comments? Please vote.
Councilmember Crone,
Yes.
Councilmember Pierce,
Yes.
Councilmember Lyon,
Yes.
Councilmember Grove,
Yes.
Councilmember Anderson,
Yes. Agenda item I8. Consideration of approval of a resolution approving revised site plan for Kettlestone Peak Commercial at 1105 Southeast Pleasant View Drive. Can I get a motion?
Move to approve.
Second.
Melissa?
The owner and applicant is Timbercrest Homes LLC. This property is located east of Grand Prairie Parkway and north of Southeast Pleasant View Drive. It's outlined in blue on the screen. It contains 5.95 acres. The property is zoned K-RC Kettlestone Retail Community District. The property is currently under development for a little bit over 20,000 square foot multi-tenant commercial retail building. The original site plan was approved in November of 2024, and it included a drive-through lane at both ends of the building. The revised site plan includes removing the drive-through lane at the northeast side of the building, so it's outlined in kind of an orangish color on the screen. And then it also includes a 650 square foot addition on the rear of the building to expand one of the restaurant spaces, which that is also outlined on the screen. And then included with the revised site plan, because of removing that northeast drive-through lane, parking will actually increase by a couple spaces for a total of 228 parking spaces. The parking does meet the requirements of the parking ordinance. Utilities have also been extended to the site already. Stormwater management is provided with the basin to the west of the building. And then the elevations of the addition, I think that's all I got in here. So the addition will be constructed of the same materials that was approved for the overall building with the original site plan, which those materials included fiber cement siding and brick. Staff recommends approval of the revised site plan, and I would be happy to answer any questions.
Are there any questions? Please vote.
Councilmember Grove,
Yes.
Councilmember Crone,
Yes.
Councilmember Lyon,
Yes.
Councilmember Pierce,
Yes.
Councilmember Anderson,
Yes. Item I9 for the landing at Kettlestone Plat 2, Waukee CSD District Office Addition and Renovation. I9A, consideration of approval of a resolution approving preliminary plat. Can I get a motion?
Move to approve.
Second. Melissa?
And I will go ahead and present 9A through D at the same time. The owner and applicant is the Waukee Community School District. This property is located south of Southeast University Avenue and west of Grand Prairie Parkway. It contains approximately 20 acres. It's outlined in blue on the screen. The property is zoned C1 Community and Highway Service Commercial District. The project includes the construction of a 2-story addition to the existing Waukee Community School District administration building. The footprint, so the addition is the kind of the gray on the right hand of the screen. The footprint of the addition is just over 28,000 square feet. The building addition is proposed to be 30 feet in height. The existing building is a single-story building and is approximately 25,000 square feet in area. And then the total building square footage with the existing building and the addition is proposed to be just over 53,000 square feet. The site plan includes a new parking lot, a new trash enclosure, which is located to the south of the building, a couple of shade structures, a generator, walking trails, and then a new parking lot, and new parking lot paving for the existing parking lot, which is on the west side of the site. A new driveway is located to the south of the building that will provide access between the two parking areas. And then several new sidewalks will be provided surrounding the building and parking areas to provide pedestrian connections and access throughout the entire site. The plat includes one lot. So that's what the final plat looks like. It includes one lot. The lot will contain both the existing building and the proposed addition. Lot 1 is 11.49 acres in area. The plat also includes one outlot for future commercial development, which is on the east side of the street, of the public street. Let's see. And then that outlot is 7.76 acres in area. The public improvements associated with the plat include an extension of Southeast Parkview Crossing Drive, which is the public street that kind of cuts between Lot 1 and that Outlot X. And then it also includes extensions of public utilities. Let me just go back to this one. The existing access off of Southeast Florence Drive along the west side of the site will remain. A new access will be provided at the east side of the site off of Southeast Parkview Crossing Drive. Parking and landscaping requirements are being met. New sidewalks and trails will be provided. Private sidewalks will be provided interior, and then there will be several connections into the site from the public ways. Public utilities are provided to the site. Stormwater detention will be provided, which is with the it's existing. You can see it on here. Maybe go to the next one. There you go. On the south side of that site, it's an existing pond, which is owned and maintained by the school district. The building elevations of the proposed addition. Go to that slide. So that is what it will look like. The materials are mostly brick, cast stone, glazing, and perforated panel. They will also include some of the perforated panel into the existing building as well. And then the trash enclosure is proposed to be constructed of brick to match the building. Staff recommends approval of the preliminary plat, construction drawings, final plat, and site plan, and I'd be happy to answer any questions.
Thank you. Are there questions?
I know all about this.
All right. Please vote on item I9A.
Councilmember Pierce,
Yes.
Councilmember Lyon,
Yes.
Councilmember Grove,
Yes.
Councilmember Anderson,
Yes.
Councilmember Crone,
Yes.
I9B, consideration of approval of a resolution approving construction drawings. Can I get a motion?
Move to approve. Second.
Anything to add, Melissa?
I have nothing further to add. Thank you.
Any questions? Please vote.
Councilmember Lyon,
Yes.
Councilmember Crone,
Yes.
Councilmember Grove,
Yes.
Councilmember Pierce,
Yes.
Councilmember Anderson,
Yes. Item I9C, a consideration of approval of a resolution approving final plat.
Move to approve.
Second.
Melissa,
I have nothing further to add.
any questions? Please vote.
Councilmember Crone,
Yes.
Councilmember Lyon,
Yes.
Councilmember Pierce,
Yes.
Councilmember Anderson,
Yes.
Councilmember Grove,
Yes.
I9D, consideration of approval of a resolution approving site plan. Can I get a motion?
Move to approve?
Second.
I have nothing further to add on this one either.
Please vote.
Councilmember Pierce,
Yes.
Councilmember Crone,
Yes.
Councilmember Anderson,
Yes.
Councilmember Grove,
Yes.
Councilmember Lyon,
Yes. Item I10, Kettlestone Lakes Commercial Plat 2, Kettlestone Lakes Commercial Phase 2. Item I10A, consideration of approval of a resolution approving final plat.
Move to approve.
Second.
Melissa.
The owner is Kettlestone Lakes Retail LLC. The applicant is Accurate Land Development. This property is located north of Interstate 80 and west of Grand Prairie Parkway. It contains 2.55 acres. The property is zoned K-RR Kettlestone Retail Regional District. This project is the second phase of the Kettlestone Lakes commercial development, and the project includes construction of a single-story multi-tenant commercial building. The site plan provided shows 11 tenant spaces. The building is 20,672 square feet in area and 28 feet in height. An outdoor patio space is shown at the northeast corner of the site or of the building. And then a drive-through is provided at the south side of the building. A trash enclosure is shown at the west side of the site, and a bicycle rack is shown just to the east of the building. The final plat includes just one lot. The final plat also includes ingress-egress easements to provide access throughout the development. 2 accesses will be provided into the site from the north. Parking and landscaping requirements are being met. A sidewalk will be installed at the north side of the site, adjacent to the site. And then a 10-foot wide trail already exists along Grand Prairie Parkway. The building elevations will be similar to the existing building just to the north within that phase 1 of Kettlestone Lakes Commercial. The materials include brick, stucco, and storefront system. And then the trash enclosure will be constructed of brick to match the building. Staff recommends approval of both the final plat and site plan, and I'd be happy to answer any questions.
Thank you. Are there any questions? Please vote on item I-10A.
Councilmember Crone,
Yes.
Councilmember Grove,
Yes.
Councilmember Lyon,
Yes.
Councilmember Pierce,
Yes.
Councilmember Anderson.
Yes. I-10B, consideration of approval of a resolution approving site plan. Can I get a motion?
Move to approve.
Second?
Melissa, anything further?
I have nothing further to add.
Any questions? Please vote.
Councilmember Crone,
Yes.
Councilmember Grove,
Yes.
Councilmember Pierce,
Yes.
Councilmember Lyon,
Yes.
Councilmember Anderson.
Yes. Agenda item J is reports.
Thank you, Mayor. Well, thanks to all of the residents that braved the somewhat cold weather this Saturday for our annual Easter egg hunt. I know it was a success regardless of weather, and as I'm led to believe that it started quickly and ended quickly as it typically does. The other thing that I would tell you tonight is that the recent State of the City address has been posted on our website now, so is available for anyone to view that was not able to attend the meeting in person. That's all I have.
Steve?
No report.
Kayla? No report.
No report.
Rob?
Just wanted to mention that we got the new Droplet Recycling Center. The ribbon cutting for that was last week, and sign up for it is very easy. I signed up the next day and actually got my packet today in the mail. And then just a shout out to Heather for helping design the beautiful outside of the container so it doesn't look like, well, a container in a park.
No report.
All right. Agenda item K is a closed session pursuant to Code of Iowa 21.51C to discuss strategy with counsel in matters that are presently in litigation or where litigation is imminent, where its disclosure would be likely to prejudice or disadvantage the position of the governmental body in that litigation. I take a motion in a second to end the regular session and go into closed session.
So moved.
Second?
Any discussion? All right, please vote.
Councilmember Crone,
Yes.
Councilmember Grove,
Yes.
Councilmember Pierce,
Yes.
Councilmember Anderson,
Yes.
Councilmember Lyon.
Yes.
All right. This Zoom meeting will be muted while the council is in closed session. Following the closed session, the Zoom meeting will be unmuted so we can be adjourned in open session. Thank you.
No.
Very open session.
Thank you.
Pressure.
All right, I will take a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Yep.
Aye. All right, thank you, everyone.
Are we placing bets?